After defeating a colony of Mirkwood spiders, you discover that the 8-legged abominations had been gathering slaves for a host of orcs. You believe Bilbo Baggins was taken south alongside other prisoners. Before deciding on your next course of action, you capture an unpleasant creature lurking about your camp. To your surprise, the creature appears to know the name Baggins. The creature already looks beaten and bruised, so you attempt to use kindness to extract information. However, after being fed both food and gentle words, the nasty thing remains thoroughly unhelpful. Before dawn, a more pressing problem arises. As dull grey seeps into the black edges of night, flying dark shapes begin to swoop onto the branches above you. They rapidly multiply, and before long it's as if you've been caught inside a black whirlwind.
I am Arwen, Elrond's daughter.
I do not fear either pain or death.
A descendant of Númenor am I.
Those with the power for good.
To the defense of the men!
I depart for the west.
I will smite you if you touch him!
Those with the power for good.
I will smite you if you touch him!
you have neither time nor inclination to follow the strange Smeagol creature. Rather, by day or dark, you'll chase down the orc caravan to free its captives, especially Bilbo. You gather your packs and set off. Smeagol watches you go. His ghoulish eyes glow dull yellow. After a few moments, he slinks away into the trees, muttering to himself. You wonder whether you'll see the wretch again. You hope not. The caravan is easily tracked, and you make good time. Even so, the day is mostly spent before you hear the faint noise of rolling wheels ahead. Exultant to have reached your quarry, you hasten your steps, hoping to surprise and overwhelm the caravan's rear guard. In the excitement, you forget to consider the keen noses and sharp ears of goblins. As you round a copse of dead trees, you suddenly find yourself facing a group of enemies, alert and weapons ready. So much for surprise.
May I offer a song to ease your
I depart for the west.
I will smite you if you touch him!
May I offer a song to ease your troubles?
Look out!
Yield!
The sound of horns and iron-shod feet clangor in the evening air. In the distance, you see torchlights flicker into life on the walls of what looks to be an old tower. Cursing your own carelessness, you dash into the thickets, orc horns blaring close behind. A fallen tree lying against mossy boulders must serve as a hiding place. You glimpse torchlit shapes of many enemies moving through the trees. By luck or fate, none come closer than 100 feet of you. After some time, the horns stop braying, and scattered groups of orcs return sullenly through the forest. Just as you begin to feel the danger has passed, you hear nearby rustling and the sound of voices. You recognize the grating speech of the enemy, and another voice. A whining, pitiful one you'd hoped never to hear again. Smeagol must have followed you, and has been captured by orcs. Loathsome as the creature may be, something tells you not to stand idly by while Smeagol is dragged towards certain death.
This way! Holds in your bellies!
I will smite you if you touch him!
For Rivendell!
I'll put an arrow in your guts!
Yield! For Rivendell! For Rivendell!
You wish you were dead already! Slash them, beat them, bite them, gnash them!
For Rivendell!
Yeah.
No living man am I!
For the master!
For Rivendell! For Rivendell! Yield! I will smite you if you touch him!
We come riding.
As darkness thickens, orange light from orc fires bathe the dilapidated walls of the ruined tower. Your spirits sink as you witness the last prisoners, no longer wrapped in cocoons, marched into the stronghold. Orcs and goblins seem to be everywhere. How will you get to Bilbo? And if you do, how will you get away? You decide to chance entering the tower through a small door in the tower's eastern side. As you quietly approach, the door snaps open and a group of armed orcs emerge. The last of them brandishes a large key with which it proceeds to lock the door. As the door locks with a dull clunk, the orcs make to start their patrol.
You put ribcage holes in your bellies!
Rivendell! For Rivendell! I will smite you if you touch him!
After sneaking through the tower door, you emerge into a huge chamber full of reeking supplies, fallen stones, and intruding vegetation. A number of large chains emerge from openings in the floor along the walls. The chains terminate into an iron box bolted to the far side of the chamber. The box bristles with rusty hooks and mechanical wheels. You glide quietly through the room, keen to avoid attention. You peek into the connecting rooms, hoping for clues as to where the orcs are storing their prisoners. Steps are suddenly heard on the flagstones coming in your direction. After a few moments, a smallish orc enters the chamber to rummage through supplies. The light of its torch happens to catch one of your buckles, causing the orc to glance lazily in your direction. For a second, it seems not to have understood what it's seeing, but then recognition flares in its ugly face.
Nothing passes unnoticed.
For the master!
For Rivendell! For Rivendell!
No living man am I!
Smeagol has betrayed you. Somehow the villain has triggered the chamber's mechanism, causing one side of the floor to abruptly drop. Your legs slip violently as you flail down the steep angle, fingers desperately grasping for any hold. Amidst the cacophony of sliding rubble, supplies, and orc bodies, you catch sight of Smeagol dangling from one of the chains above.
Goodbye, says masters.
He shrieks.
Baggins and precious. For Smeagol, they are mine.
His shrill voice fades as you slide past the lip of the slanted floor and drop into a rancid darkness. You blink twice before meeting the wet ground with a mucky plop, debris raining down around you. Then a falling barrel lands directly on your head, and everything goes black.